A very good morning. It's Mark here, Tuesday, January the 6th. It is just after 7:30 a.m. Eastern. That's just after 12:30 p.m. GMT. US session about to get underway in about 30 minutes, going into the afternoon portion of the European session. And let's have a look how the markets shape up today. US dollar index certainly fighting its way back, sold off yesterday, although the sell-off was within an uptrend. We had higher highs, higher lows, but US dollar was sold off yesterday, and that's following the geopolitical Venezuelan attack over the weekend. US dollar was sold off yesterday, fighting back today, sitting at this resistance level of 98.16. I've got support at 97.87. We'll see if the US dollar demand for the US dollar reflected in the index continues when the US session gets underway and buyers push higher, looking up at yesterday's high around the 98.50, or if sellers do step in off this area and look back down at the 97.87 support level. But strong US dollar to start the day and going into the US session. Let's have a look at the S&P. Had a strong day yesterday, as did all the US stock markets. Today, sitting pretty much flat in the futures market, still a good almost 2 hours till Wall Street opens up. So we're looking at futures trading, at the futures market, and very flat. Sitting where we closed yesterday. I've got support at 6,932. I've got resistance matching yesterday's resistance at 6,959. We'll see if buyers do continue what we saw yesterday and break above this resistance level, get the uptrend back and resume looking for an uptrend like we had earlier through December, or if sellers do step in again and look to test and break below the 6,932 support level. Let's have a look at gold. Strong day yesterday, not surprisingly, for gold. Continuing today, I've got support at 4,427. I've got resistance at 4,473. Buyers will look higher, looking up at this all-time high, the resistance around the 4,550 level. We'll see if buyers can get back up to those levels, or if sellers do step in and look to break below the 4,427. At this point, technically, fundamentally, the buyer's sentiment all tilted to the upside for now, with gold and buyers certainly in control going into the US session. Let's have a look at Brent oil. And following the attack on Venezuela we saw yesterday, immediately a sell off when markets opened to start the new week. But then there was demand for oil. Buyers did step in and significantly broke above this descending trend line, which has been in place since the middle of last year. But you can see that a close above that descending trend line yesterday, and continuing today, I've got support at $61.29. I've got resistance at $62.15. This resistance has been tough, has been tested before last year in December, and buyers unable to break above. We'll see if there's a push higher, and if buyers can break above this resistance level and higher, look up at the $63, or if sellers do step in and keep prices within this range between the 61 and 62 levels through the trading day. Bitcoin had a good run over the past week, and certainly into the new year, after hanging around at that 88,000 level through the middle of December into the end of last year. Buyers have stepped in, uptrend in place, higher highs, higher lows, and buyers now testing this resistance around the 94,000. So far, unable to break above that. So no demand yet for Bitcoin, but not being sold off either. And we see the 93,000 holding up as a support level, the 94 just above as the resistance. We'll see where the buyers continue. What we've seen the last 5 days break above this 94,000 and look higher, maybe start looking up at that 100,000 level, or if sellers do step in, look below the 93 and back to the 90,000 area. But for now, feels bullish to me. As I say, sellers haven't as yet stepped in, maybe looking for a test and a break of this 94,000 to the upside. Good trading, keep that discipline, and I'll see you at end of day session.